Going on, guys? Welcome to Outside the Brand. This is an extra for October 5th, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining me right here on your Thursday afternoons, wherever you may be. Guys, we got some major news about that John Cena spoiler. Like I said, we got news on the Johnny Gargano return from this past Monday's Monday Night Raw. And also, we have that whole thing to break down when it comes to Sami Callihan's free agency from Impact Wrestling. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's talk Johnny Gargano as we have backstage details on Johnny Gargano's surprise return to WWE Monday Night Raw. After months of speculation on why he was not appearing on WWE TV, Johnny Gargano made his return to WWE's Monday Night Raw to reunite with his tag team partner of DIY, Tomasso Ciampa, saving him from an attack on Imperium, Giovanni Vinci, and Ludwig Kaiser after a match with Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. That Intercontinental title match on Monday Night Raw was most likely, and in my opinion, probably was one of the best Monday Night Raw main events all year in 2023. Now, PW Insider is reporting about Johnny Gargano's return. It was, in fact, a late decision by WWE Creative. According to PW Insider, plans for Gargano to return was locked down over the weekend. He traveled to the show in San Jose earlier on in the day and was kept hidden, though he had not been seen on WWE TV for months. Gargano had recently been in the ring facing Omos at WWE's recent live events, and according to an outlet, Gargano's last match was on May 15th, 2023 on an episode of Monday Night Raw, where he last battled in a battle royal to determine the number one contender for said Intercontinental Championship. His DIY tag team partner was recently posting some missing posters about Johnny Gargano. The whole missing Johnny Gargano stuff was really, really cool to follow on WWE TV and on social media. And Gargano had previously suffered a shoulder injury, which kept him out of action, but it was reported back in July that he was perfectly fine and ready to go. After taking time away from the ring for the birth of his first child in the year 2021, Gargano rejoined the company after all that happened, alongside a slew of other WWE superstars, including Karrion Kross, and somebody that we have not seen in absolutely forever, Dexter Lumis, in the summer of 2022. I am just happy that Johnny Gargano is back. I am happy that Johnny Gargano is back with Tomasso Ciampa, and I am happy that DIY is honestly back on WWE TV, mainly because of the fact that DIY is exactly a tag team that the tag team division needs over there on Monday Night Raw, over there in WWE period. I think DIY as a tag team is going to be absolutely incredible for the world of WWE. Who knows, maybe they are the ones to take the titles off of the Judgment Day when it is all said and done. I think that would be a very good match. To see Damian Priest and Finn Balor go up against DIY, give me that on any WWE PLE, and many people would tune in to see that. I love Johnny Gargano. I love Tomasso Ciampa. I love DIY. And the fact that you guys got DIY together now, the fact that you guys have Johnny Gargano back on WWE TV, the fact that you have, been giving Tomasso Ciampa the time and the momentum to really get himself over with the casual audience of the WWE Universe, we can possibly, down the line, I'm not saying right now because obviously we just got DIY back, but I'm saying down the line we can even possibly still be getting a Johnny Gargano and Tomasso Ciampa feud on the main roster. We all know their history back in NXT Black and Gold. NXT Black and Gold was honestly my freaking forte when it came down to it. The Johnny Gargano and Tomasso Ciampa rivalries was obviously one of the best rivalries that WWE's honestly ever produced. So really, really good stuff there. I love Johnny Gargano. I love that he is back, and I love that DIY is back on WWE TV. Shifting gears to WWE planning big John Cena match at WWE Crown Jewel. WWE Crown Jewel happens next month in November after, or I think it's before WWE Survivor Series. Let me just check on that real quick. Yeah, I believe so. So let me just take a look at this real quick. WWE has been going all over the place when it comes down to Saudi Arabia. Yes, it's before WWE Survivor Series. It's taking place on November 4th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which the venue has still yet to be determined, but it's been in Riyadh, so we will most likely see that venue announced very soon. The last time we were in Saudi Arabia for a WWE Crown Jewel was in 2022 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, at Rasul Park, which held 24,537 fans in attendance. And that was the Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. The whole show wasn't even really all that bad. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley happened on that show. Damage Control defeated Alexa Bliss and Asuka for the tag team titles. Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross happened there. The Judgment Day defeated the OC. Braun Strowman and Omos happened on that show. Usos, Brawling Brutes, Bianca and Bayley, and then obviously Roman and Logan Paul for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Now, a big plan for John Cena is going to be happening at WWE Crown Jewel this year, and this is according to WrestlingNews.co. WWE is planning to return to Saudi Arabia for WWE Crown Jewel, and John Cena is advertised for the show and to work it. As of late, he has been paired up with LA Knight on WWE TV to team up to go up against Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso for Saturday's WWE Fastlane PLE. Next Tuesday, John Cena is going to be going to NXT to be in the corner of Carmelo Hayes, and we all know that huge thing about the Tuesday Night Wars. Here we are, WWE, AEW, NXT, and AEW, I should say. Adam Copeland's WWE. Wow. See, it's still getting to me. Adam Copeland's AEW debut against Luchasaurus is going up against John Cena, going with Carmelo Hayes to take on Braun Breaker, who is going to be having Paul Heyman in his corner. Not only that, but we have Asuka versus Roxanne Perez. And, so we have Cena, Paul Heyman, Asuka, and there was one other big name. Who was the other big name? I know there's another one, but you guys get the deal. It is a huge thing for next Tuesday when it comes to NXT, and Title Tuesday for AEW Dynamite. It's a fucking huge thing. So we all know that he's going to be showing up on NXT this next Tuesday to the corner with Carmelo Hayes as he takes on Braun Breaker, who has Paul Heyman in his corner. While speaking to the Wrestling Observer News Radio, Dave Meltzer pointed out how it feels like WWE is building towards Cena versus the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns at the upcoming Crown Jewel PLE next month in Saudi Arabia, based on how things have been being presented on WWE TV thus far. This is not a report, but purely speculation. So I want to give you guys this right now. This is all in the plans right now, according to everything, but this is not set in stone. We do not totally know this just yet. Honestly, I can honestly see things going down in two ways. It's either going to be John Cena versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal title, or, the whole thing about LA Knight. LA Knight's been getting a lot of momentum lately. He's been seen with Paul Heyman backstage on WWE TV as of late. We saw things backstage with Paul Heyman talking to LA Knight. They could be leading to LA Knight versus Roman Reigns, but I would not be in favor of that whatsoever. I think LA Knight's ready for a world championship spot. Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to have him win against Roman Reigns at all. Whether that be by a clean decision or whether that be by dirty tactics, it would be absolutely terrible for the momentum of LA Knight. So you definitely don't want to do that, at least yet. You want to get him into that world championship caliber, situation at times, but you got to do it when the time is right. Right now is not the right time. So, Meltzer said the following, and I quote, "So it feels like maybe Saudi Arabia is getting Roman Reigns against John Cena." Alvarez said, and I quote, "Well, they got to get something going there. It's probably going to be John Cena just because they pay so much money for those main events, but clearly at some point soon, I think Survivor Series is going to be LA Knight." Meltzer said, and I quote after that, "Yeah, I think LA Knight feels right afterward, going in the direction earlier, and then finally Cody or Dwayne Johnson. Not versus Dwayne Johnson. That would be an absolutely terrible decision too. But Cody or Dwayne Johnson." Alvarez says, "Yeah, I guess we'll find out. My guess would be Cody Rhodes. For later on down the line, that means." Meltzer said, "I don't know. I'm not in Dwayne's head, so I don't know what he is thinking and saying and things like that. But if he wants it, it's his. It's just a question on whether he does eventually, in fact, want it." So, look, we all know Roman Reigns needs opponents. We all know Roman Reigns needs to come back to WWE TV. He's slated to be coming back in 2 weeks on Friday Night SmackDown. So we'll see where things go whenever it comes to that. But John Cena, LA Knight, and it could be Cody Rhodes or Dwayne Johnson heading into WrestleMania season. My hope is Cody Rhodes because we got to finish the goddamn story. But at the end of the day, it looks like the next two opponents honestly could be LA Knight and John Cena for the rest of the year, and then we head into the Rumble, we head into Elimination Chamber and WWE's WrestleMania in April. So it's going to be a very, very interesting path to get there. My still personal opinion about everything when it comes to the Rumble: Gunther needs to win the Rumble. Cody could win the Elimination Chamber to get the Roman, and that is how you do it when it comes down to that. Now, WWE also basically planned for, Jade Cargill. We all know Jade Cargill's coming on in. This was honestly not, supposed to be a part of everything, but I do want to talk about Jade Cargill because, you know, Jade Cargill is obviously somebody big being brought into WWE from AEW, and it does look like WWE has plans for the potential superstar being at WWE Fastlane, according to WrestlingNews.co. In an update on PW Insider, Cargill is scheduled to be at WWE Fastlane in Indianapolis this Saturday. She is also tentatively scheduled to be at the Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown tapings next week. Cargill is the latest big name from AEW to sign with WWE after her contract expired and after not accepting Tony Khan's offer for her to stay. Cargill has been seen at the WWE Performance Center since being signed last week. Cargill's appearance will be going head-to-head with AEW Collision on Saturday night. We all know the whole thing about Saturday Night Collision, WWE PLEs, and all that. WWE's PLEs already have a negative effect on Collision ratings, as we all know. It will be interesting to see how Collision ratings hold up to with Adam Copeland on the show as well, that being the former Edge of WWE. And then here's the updated card for WWE Fastlane, if you guys didn't know this already. World Heavyweight title, last man standing. Seth Rollins, the champion, going up against the challenger Shinsuke Nakamura. Cena and LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa in tag team action. WWE Women's Triple Threat match for the Women's Championship over on Friday Night SmackDown. Io Sky, the champion, going up against challengers Asuka and Charlotte Flair. LWO and Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, and either Joaquin Wilde or Cruz del Toro, but in my personal opinion, it honestly still could be Dragon Lee after everything that is happening. Dragon Lee is slated to take on Dominic Mysterio on Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow. And WWE Tag Team title match between Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. That I still have no idea why the hell that's happening, but at the end of the day, that is what they are planning to do. So Does Jade Cargill show up at WWE Fastlane? I think that would be far too soon, but we'll see where things go. Maybe she does like that whole NXT takeover appearance where they just sit her in the crowd, wave to the fans, and, basically say that she is going to be in WWE in due time when the time is right. At least that's what I hope happens. And then finally, guys, let's get right into the Sami Callihan speaking with Fightful about his free agency. Sami Callihan is a huge free agent on the market right now. He could go to WWE, he could go to AEW, he could basically go anywhere. And I absolutely love Sami Callihan. If you guys don't know, Sami Callihan is one of my personal favorites going right now. Sami Callihan is absolutely awesome. And he's not only awesome just because of an in-ring aspect, but he's also awesome in terms of the mind for professional wrestling. Anywhere that he goes, any locker room that gets a guy like Sami Callihan is winning at the end of the day, just based on the knowledge that Sami Callihan has in the world of professional wrestling. I love Sami Callihan. I think he's absolutely awesome. And I can't wait to see what he actually does do in terms of free agency signing with either WWE, AEW, so be it. So Fightful spoke with Sami Callihan now that he is a free agent. Sami said that he hasn't been a free agent in a long time because of WWE, Lucha Underground, Impact, and Dragon Gate having him under contract. He fought very hard to get a lot of talent out of a really restrictive Lucha Underground contracts. He said that originally Impact contract was slated to be up by December 30th of 2022. However, his leg injury, the leg injury that he's suffered, having time taken on. WWE does this all the time, where they tack time on to WWE contracts due to some injuries. So that's apparently what Impact did there. So he says that things came up to the wire, and a lot of people didn't even know that his contract was coming up. He said that he left on good terms with Impact Wrestling, which is obviously a good thing, and that there's always a possibility to return to Impact Wrestling, as he hasn't burned any bridges anywhere. He said that two sides were too far apart in terms of getting a deal done, and it was not reached. Callihan is open to anything from wrestling, producing, or wrestling for a various of companies. He feels that his experience in all facets of Revolver, which is I believe, an independent company that he runs on the side, have helped him develop the skill set to where he knows how to do just about anything, which, again, I completely agree with Callihan on that point. Callihan admitted that his leg injury hampered him way more than he anticipated, and he's actively getting his legs underneath him and back in shape. He feels like he should have taken more time off after the injury, but missed pro wrestling so much that he decided to come back, which I understand completely. I mean, everybody knows that, the world of pro wrestling, it does go on without you when you're injured, but when you're seeing your friends doing all the best stuff that you could possibly be doing on WWE TV, AEW TV, Impact Wrestling, programming. I mean, when you see your best friends doing some of the stuff that you wish that you should be doing, you have that kind of a mindset about you saying, I just want to get back in that goddamn ring. So I understand where Sami Callihan is going when it comes to that full-heartedly. So he spoke highly about Steve Maclin and Jake Christ as well. The full interview drops Tuesday, which already happened, and you guys will have full context of the for aggregation purposes, and that's what Fightful always says at the end of their interview pieces on Fightful Select. So that is what we have when it comes down to Sami Callihan. I freaking love Sami Callihan. I said earlier that no matter what kind of locker room gets them, they're going to be winning at the end of the day, whether that is WWE, whether that is AEW. I know John Moxley has been pushing for Sami Callihan to join AEW, and I think he would fit like an absolute glove over there in terms of being an agent or producer or, just anything of that nature. But he can also fit with it mostly anybody in that squared circle when it comes down to being in the ring and being in the world of pro wrestling. So honestly, I'd be fine with him going to AEW. I think it would honestly be a really good collision piece. No pun intended when it comes down to the show, but honestly, I think that would be absolutely awesome. No matter where he goes, I'm going to be following him, and I love everything that Sami Callihan does in the world of pro wrestling. So guys, that's it. That's all the news I got for you guys today. You got an extra, story with the whole Jade Cargill and WWE Fastlane thing. I had no more to talk about other than the Gargano, Sami Callihan, and John Cena stuff. But you guys got an extra story on the extra here for OTB when it comes down to Jade Cargill. Do with it what you will, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the WWE's Friday Night SmackDown post show right here on OTB. Follow me on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below, but you guys can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at PhillyMatt_. Go down into the link in the description for the WWE Shop affiliate link. It's my personal link, but anything that I get from the clicks, or basically anything you get from WWE Shop, goes directly back into the channel. Stay tuned to episode 500 for a whole new look for Outside the Brand. Also, down into the link in the description below, use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using our sponsor, SeatGeek, an official application you can get on your phone or using it on the interwebs. You get the best tickets from any website whatsoever. Use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek. Guys, I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow for the Friday Night SmackDown post show right here on OTB. And guys, without further ado, have a good rest of your Thursday afternoons, and I'll talk to you later.